Okay, we are live here, and just making a quick little adjustment here. I wanted to basically just share with you guys um, what I think scripts really suck. One of my students sent me a bunch of scripts today, and I'll show some of them to you. I edited out who they came from and everything else. Let's hit the record button on this to save it for posterity. I think scripts they make you dependent, they make you nervous, they diminish your confidence. What you need is logic. What you need is a system of sales, not memorizing cute little answers to questions. You don't want to cross-examine the prospect. I don't care if you're in real estate, life insurance, selling Porsches, whatever you're doing. You want to get the prospect to know, like, and trust you. You have to sound different. You have to be a 1%er, as I always say. If you're using a script or just going into a long diatribe, a presentation, your rejection rate goes sky high. It goes right up to the ceiling, okay? You want to sound different. You want to use pattern interrupts. You want to use a system like G.U.T.S, like mine. And I'll have a link in the box here so you guys can get a free copy of my book. I'm also working on an audio book right now that should be out pretty soon. Let me show you what I'm talking about here on my share screen here. Let's go here. Bear with me. Let's just share the desktop here. It's the easiest way to go about this. And hope you can see this. Here is one I got from my student. Are you the owner of the house? Okay, not a bad question. But what you want to say up front initially with people is, hey, I'm an investor. If your house isn't available, is it? Oh, it is? I'd like to make you an offer today. And when you say this to people, now you've got their attention, you sound different. If you call them up, hi, I'm just reaching out. I'd like to talk to you about your house. Are you the owner of the house? And you could do this cross-examine. You sound exactly like your competition. Here's the premise, the logic behind it. You're not the first phone call. Okay, you're the 41st phone call calling these people. So do you want to sound unique, different? Do you want to get their attention? You better sound different, not use the same old tired script. Here it goes on. And if they answer no, if possible, I need all owners present when I come. And anyone else gets, boy, this phonetic, God, language on this thing is horrible. And anyone else involved in making the decisions. Okay, so what's a good time when both of you can be present? You see, this is all time wasting stuff. This is the stuff that it takes all the fun out of selling when you have stuff like this here. You want to get right into it. You set an agenda with the prospect. You say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I want to make an offer on your property if it's still available. It's okay to say no or fire me, but I'm very serious. I'd like to make you an offer today and get an answer today, if at all possible, on the property. I'm ready to send you a contract. Are you the person, are you the decision maker on the property? Are there other decision makers on this? Okay, if you say now is a good time to call, that's in that script I was showing you. That's a closed-ended question. All they got to say is no, call me at another time. They've already received 10 phone calls today. You say, is now a good time? Could I have a minute of your time? You're setting yourself up for rejection. Don't do stuff like that. When you get them on the phone, go for it. Just go for it. Don't waste time when you speak to somebody. Don't use scripts. I think the way you get good at this is you speak to a couple people every day, you practice. I talk about this all the time. If you don't have enough leads, practice with the Walmart greeter, practice with the checkout girl at the Safeway or the ShopRite or the Pathmark. Is Pathmark still around? I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Talk to people and learn to ask questions blended with stroking and nurturing so you can get into a dialogue or conversation. Don't delegate your marketing to third parties in third world countries. It's dumb. It doesn't work, okay? I'm sorry. It's just take responsibility for your business. You want to make a lot of money, you make the phone calls, you do the negotiation, you do the contract, you follow up. That's what I did. A lot of work, you better believe it. Is it worth it? Yes. A lifetime of having more money than you need, being debt-free, that's how you do it. I know everybody says, well, we've got to use our funnels and our AI, and we got to delegate and build a team and all that. I'm just telling you right now, all that's bullshit. You want to make a lot of money? You pick up the phone, you talk to people, you get them on Zoom, you ask questions, and you make offers. So you have to do your due diligence first. A lot of gurus say, do your due diligence first, okay? And you know what the problem is? You do your due diligence, then you can't get them on the phone, or you find out they don't want to do the deal or anything. Just go for it. Call them up, find out if there's a level of motivation. You can find a need, create a need, or exacerbate a need, and talk to these people and make some offers. And if you find out later on the property isn't worth the value that they gave you, or it needs extensive repairs, they always say, oh, it's in wonderful shape. And then you find out they have a dog shit collection in the closet. Pardon my language. You know, it's silly. You can fix that later. You can come back and renegotiate, but start off right away saying, I'm interested in your property. I want to make you an offer. Can I ask you a few questions? Just go for it, guys. Just go for it. All the due diligence and all that stuff is a waste of time if you don't know if you can't get them on the phone in the first place, or they start ghosting you. We can talk. God, I could do 2 hours on how to avoid ghosting. Okay, getting that strong commitment up front. Let's look at a little bit more of. I hit my screen share here. And let's go to another one of these brilliant scripts. Hi, this is Richard calling about your home you discussed with my assistant yesterday. Don't use assistants. There's probably exceptions to this rule. I found out that training assistants, it's a waste, okay? They're just making these poor, miserable people who are making phone call after phone call and trying to set you up appointments. I'm sure there's some good ones out there. In my experience, most of the phone callers and everything, it's just a waste of time and money. Do it yourself. Get good leads, positive leads, get warm prospects, and you make the calls yourself directly. Speak to 5 people a day. Challenge yourself. Can I speak to 2, 3, 4, 5 people a day? Can I make offers every day? Can I send contracts and follow up every day? And you will have a great business. If you're in capital sales, information sales, real estate sales, you've got to this is your takeaway moment, guys. You've got to take responsibility for your business. Okay. I run a very successful business. I still do it. I still love it. I could have retired years ago. And I just found out over the years, hiring employees are a pain in the butt. I know I was an employee for a lot of companies. I was a pain. We all bring you got to train them, then they leave, or they bring their personal baggage. You want to be successful, be a solopreneur, be a kitchen table millionaire. Do your marketing. That's attraction marketing. If you watch any of my videos, I do warm calls only. I have people who schedule with me, or I return calls to people who have contacted me. Only warm calls. And you do that through attraction marketing. You're putting out a lot of content to people, and you use the gut sales method. 3 little steps, 3 little staircases. If you want the book, give me a call. I answer my own phone. It's right there on the 619-206-5960. Give me a call, or come on zoomclaude.com, and I'll get you the book on how to sell with guts. Okay. People always say to me, Claude, I'll do anything, and everything. Well, when it comes down to it, what is one of the greatest fears, other than public speaking, what is one of the greatest fears a lot of people have, even so-called professional salespeople? It's picking up the phone and calling people and reinventing, being a thespian, being a partial actor, and also being a therapist, a psychologist, someone who understands, well, how do you get people, to know, like, and trust you? If I'm a big fan of Robert Cialdini. I always talk about, stroking and nurturing and asking questions with redirection, and so many different techniques of persuasion that can make you unlimited wealth. Okay. And I'm not talking get rich quick or any of that stuff. Sales is the $1 million skill, but throw away the scripts. They're caca, guys. They're garbage. They really are. They just don't work. Let's go look at another dopey script here. Or let's go back to the one we had there before. Let me see if I can do this a little different, if I can use a better share here with you guys. No. Okay, we're just going to stay the way we are. I'm just going to open this up. You can see the screen. Hi, I can come to your house and likely buy it as is and close as soon as you're ready. I'll pay the closing costs, which is several $1,000s, but the only way to do that is me for you to take over your debt. That means I'll buy your house and make the payments, but the loan will stay in your name. Okay, nothing about the violation of the due on sale or acceleration clause. Every mortgage has it just about, okay? Doesn't mean they're going to take them, they're going to call in the note or loan, but it means the possibility exists there. Be careful on this stuff. Here, I want the loan out of my name. Well, I understand this, but the only way I can buy is if the loan stays in your name. Have enough strategies so that if they want the loan in their name, okay, and they just negotiate a lease purchase. It's real easy, okay, a rent to own. And that way the mortgage can stay in their name, the deed can stay in their name, but you have total control. You can live in it, you can rent it, you can sell it, you can sublet it, you can assign or arbitrage it or wholesale it, some people call it. Oh, here we go. Let's go to the appointment script. That was a good one too. Let's go to this one. Okay, what would be the least you could accept on the price if we agree on terms? And then shut up. Is that the best you can do? No, this isn't that bad. I'm not going to be overcritical here on this. What would be, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, what would be the best price you could give me if we could do a deal today? What would be the lowest price? Can you do better than that? Is that your lowest price? If I could do all cash, could we do that? And here's two words I want to teach you guys, okay? Real important when you're speaking. Go to the prospect, say, I can give you either price or terms. If you want price, that means all cash. I can give you that, but you need to. But we need a better price. If we're going to have our dollars work for us and our investors, we need a better price. If you want full price, we can do that too. But we have to do terms, subject to owner finance. Create a note on the equity, or do my favorite, a lease purchase. I've written several books on lease purchasing. It gives you the control without the liability, and it's real easy to explain to people. It's just basically like leasing a car or renting to own, and there's you have to use the right contracts for that and the right sales approach too. Let's go back to some more of these. I love these scripts here. I think we also could you have the paperwork you received at closing ready when I arrive? There's really no reason for me to come over until you're ready. So use DocuSign. Use DocuSign. The bottom line is take responsibility for your business. Call up people. I don't care if you go to Zillow, the MLS, work with some agents, go into Craigslist, go into Trulia, Redfin. There's tons of resources out there and people are inviting you to call them. But if you sound exactly like the other 10 people who called them previously, your rejection rate goes up to 99% plus. You've got to be original, you've got to be creative, and you've got to use pattern interrupts. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, Mr. Smith. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. That property must be gone by now. Oh, it's available. I'd like to make you an offer today. Do you mind if I ask you one or two quick questions? You ask me a few, I'll make you an offer. If we can do business today, great. If not, would you do me a personal favor and fire me? Tell me to get lost. Just say no, Nancy Reagan, right? Okay, you've got to reinvent yourself. And the way you get really good at this is you practice this a lot. You learn the gut sales method. You practice learning how to ask questions a lot. Okay, I practice everywhere. I do this every day. I get it. I just took a flight. I was in the airport. I was at the coffee shop. People sitting next to me. One woman was holding a book. Do you like that book? Is that a good read? I read a lot of books. Should I buy that book? Boom. It's so easy to learn how to get people to know, like, and trust you, pay attention to you, to take you seriously. But if you're doing the same old boring stuff that everybody else does, with you're reading this script, and you're getting this rejection rate, you're going to start procrastinating. You guys want to, Jack Nicholson, can you handle the truth? Okay. The truth is you get too much rejection. We're frail, egotistical little human beings. And if we get too much rejection, what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen, don't you? You're going to procrastinate. Oh, maybe it's time to clean the bathroom or something like that, right? And You're just going to get tired. Sales is the $1 million skill, though, guys. You can make as much money as you want if you have a good product or service. I know a lot of you follow me are in real estate, but I also have clients in insurance and financial services and stuff. You've got to be superb in your ability to persuade and influence another person. You've got to have a system. You've got to learn to fake it until you make it. Fly by the seat of your pants. Be so confident and have so much fun with the prospect. So even when they say no, or they reject you, or they're rude, you have a solution right away. Okay, it's not that scripts are horrendous. The trouble is there's too many scripts, there's too many variables. And when you really think about it, most of your conversations have the same questions and things like that. Okay, and you can have a little fun, you can do a little schmoozing and so forth, but you want to make it an experience where you're nervous about, oh shit, the script is on page 84. Where 1 second, Mr. Prospect, I got to find this. You want to practice it enough, and you want to understand the logic. How do you get people to say yes? How do you persuade and influence? How do you become a 1%er? Because when you're good at sales, no, I'll take that back. When you become great, superb, exquisite at sales, understanding human behavior, you have a blank check in front of you the rest of your life. Yes, you really do. But if you're just doing the same old tired stuff, I call it guts for a reason. Great, untraditional, unorthodox techniques of sales. If you have a system and you practice, this is what I do with my students, by the way. Every Monday, we do a group call, we practice, we role play. Then I do private training sessions with my students. So when they get off the phone, they're all warmed up, like in the batter's box. And they're warmed up, and then they go and make those calls, or they do a little attraction marketing. I'll talk more about that in another live session. But we wait. You guys want more, a little more truth? Can I give you a little bit more? We're wasting too much time on too many people with training, too many third parties, management companies, virtual assistants, ClickFunnels. We're wasting too much time. What you can do right now is challenge yourself to speak to a few people every day, taking total responsibility for your business, for your marketing, for your sales. One person. Okay. I've been doing this. I used to have employees. I used to have an outside office. It was a waste of time and money. I train people and then they leave and go to another job or something after I spent hours and hours investing my time with them. Then, offices and things like that, or me getting in my car and driving to people. Today, we have the technology where one person with a good iPhone, and I say iPhone on purpose, I'm not trying to piss off you Android people, but iPhone has something built in that's fantastic. It's called FaceTime. So when you make phone calls to people and you get them on the phone, you can hit a button and go to a video call. Why? Because when you can look, the eyes are the windows to the soul. When you look at somebody, can't you tell when they're fidgeting, when they're distracted, when they're changing? It's a much better device. And then you have get yourself a good laptop. I have a MacBook Air. I love it. It's easy to travel with. It's almost as thin as my iPad now. And I get people on Zoom. I talk to a few people. I make offers. I mentor and coach people. I sell products. I do real estate deals and offers. And I do this all and if you could just copy people who are successful, look at what they're doing. Okay, the people who are telling you, well, you've got to hire a team, an acquisition manager, the nice VA in the third world country who speaks bad English. Okay, that stuff doesn't work, in my opinion. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It works. It just doesn't work well. And it takes too much time and energy and money. Instead, kitchen table millionaire. You pick up the phone, you call a few people, you do a little attraction marketing like I'm doing right now. Put out content, put it out information. Go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. You can get a free book. You can get a free 15-minute consultation with me. Pick my brain. Okay. You don't have to say you'll think about it. You can just say, thanks, Claude. Bye-bye. It's okay. But putting out enough content and talking to enough people, it sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? It's really amazing. It almost sounds too simple. Forget about the scripts. This is your takeaway because I got to leave. I'm going to go take a run in a while. That's why I'm in my, I love Champion Clothing, by the way. I'm not endorsed by them, but some of the best clothing if you're a person who exercise. I exercise every day. I run every day. I swim every day. I sauna every day. Keeps you young and healthy. At least gives you a full head of hair, I think, anyway. But do the things that can make you money today. Why are we in business? To make money today. What are the things you can do? A lot of busy work? Or what's the one thing you can do today? Speak to your prospects. For those of you in real estate, they're begging you to call you. They're advertising. They're putting it out there. Just make sure you're speaking to the right person. You're qualifying them. You're using stroking, nurturing, empathy with redirection. And you're doing G.U.T.S is a lot about the psychology, understanding how other people think, what's their oxygen. And when you understand how they think, how they breathe, you reduce your rejection rate. When you reduce I'll think about it, I'll talk to my spouse, call me in 2 weeks, that's nonsense. You don't make money. And I have done deals in one phone call. I have made offers that were accepted in one phone call. I have made significant income on speaking to the first person on the first day. It's because you have the $1 million skill, the superpower of G.U.T.S selling. This is what it's all about. All the other stuff is just busy work, distracting, and it costs you a lot of money. The one thing, it worked for me. I'm nobody special, okay? But the one thing I learned from my mentor is how to give good phone. And if you can do that, everything else will fall into place. That's my word on that. It's my mission in life to share with you guys all the stuff, walking on the hot calls, seminar after seminar, motivation speech after You only want one thing. You want to take care of your responsibilities, take care of your family, and enjoy this journey we call life, okay, without going to bed worrying about paying the cable bill. So get out there, learn G.U.T.S, go to claudediamond.com, get a free book, get a free training session, or call me. I answer my own phone. The phone number is here on the screen somewhere. And focus on the ability to sell, persuade, and influence and convince other people. Get to yes in the first phone call. Remember, nobody deserves success more than you good people. Thanks for joining me, letting me vent about scripts really suck. Throw away the scripts, work on the logic, work on a system, and then you practice that system with your coach, and you get so good at sales that it's automatic. It's like getting in your car. Do you remember when you first learned how to drive, it was white knuckle time, foot on the brake and turn the key. Well, now it's push button. I showed my age here. The thing about it is, you got really good at it. You get in your car today, you don't even think about it. It's so automatic. Sales can be the same way, where you're in total control, can you imagine for a moment, you're totally confident. You're calling up strangers and you're saying the right pattern interrupt with them, okay? And you're in control. You're the doctor in the room and they're the patient. That's your attitude. I got to go, guys. I went way too long here. I just got a little triggered by looking at these nonsense scripts that don't work. I'm sorry. You need logic. You need a system. You need to know how to communicate to people the right way on a daily, consistent basis. You'll make all the money you need. Honestly. Take care.